Welcome to the weekly Maya on Money pop-up video. I have had so many questions from you guys about this announcement by Teacher Mboweni that you can have early access to your pension fund given COVID and financial distress. So I just wanted to really kind of explain to you what this really means. First of all, it's not happening immediately. This is not going to be in time for Christmas, I can assure you. The legislation is only likely to be passed next year, and it's going to form part of a very comprehensive review of the pension fund industry in South Africa. This is part of the ongoing reforms that National Treasury has been applying to the pension fund industry. And what they want to do is they want to look at our retirement funds as part of our life cycle. So other countries in the world, like Singapore, for example, do exactly this. So they say, right, your retirement funds are very important for you in retirement. So we want to preserve them, but we acknowledge that during your lifetime, events may happen that you need to access some, not all, some of those funds. And we're likely to see legislation around that. So there may be life events that will allow you to access those funds, but there will be a lot of focus on preservation, which means that we could see some form of mandatory preservation coming into the system. So for example, currently if you leave your job, you can take your pension. That may be limited. We don't know. I'm suggesting that if they're going to give early access, there's also possibly going to be some kind of preservation, mandatory preservation to go with it. We also know that they're going to start looking at auto-enrollment. So it's going to be compulsory, basically, to belong to a retirement fund. So it's going to be really interesting to see this legislation come out. But unfortunately, we're only going to know more about this next year. It is not about to happen now. And it's sadly not going to be able to assist you if you're feeling financial stress right at this moment. So it's not really something to get terribly excited about right now. It is really something we're only going to really be able to see more of next year. But whilst I'm talking about retirement funds, I also want to address the other announcement that the Minister made, which was that the annuitization of provident funds comes into effect in March 2021. So to put that into English, currently, if you are a member of a pension fund or a retirement annuity, on retirement, 2/3 of your fund has to be used to purchase an income in retirement, or an annuity it's called. So they want to align provident funds in the same way. So currently a provident fund, you could actually take a lump sum at retirement, the full lump sum, you'll pay a whack of tax, but you can do it. So they want to now bring that in line with the other two types of funds. But it's not going to happen immediately on all of your money, and that's very important to understand. National Treasury follows a process of vested rights. So any rights you had up until March 2021 will remain. And what that means, it will not affect any funds that you've accumulated up to March 2021. So say your provident fund is currently worth R1 million. That R1 million plus the growth on that R1 million will not need to be annuitized. It is up to you to decide what you want to do with that amount on retirement. It will only affect new contributions after March 2021. It will also not apply to anybody who is 55 years or older at March 2021. So you don't need to at 55 worry about this and rush off and cash in your retirement funds. Your funds will be fully ring fenced, and even contributions you make post age of 55 will not apply. The annuitization will not apply. There is also the exemption on if your fund level is less than 247,500 Rand. That will also not need to be annuitized. That's currently the rule with both pension and retirement annuities. So again, nothing to panic about, but just to be aware of that there is going to be more and more emphasis on preserving our retirement funds for retirement.